Hello and welcome to a lesson on the United States Constitution, presented by Mrs. Aponte. What is the U.S. Constitution? The Constitution of the United States, written in 1787, is the framework for the federal government. It is the highest form of law in the country. The Constitution outlines the role of the three branches of government and gives them the power to govern. It protects the individual liberties of the citizens of the United States and guarantees their basic rights. The first part of the Constitution is called the Preamble. The Preamble to the Constitution is the introduction that tells everyone what the Constitution is supposed to do. James Madison is known as the father of the Constitution, as he was the key person to draft the contents of the Constitution. So I'm going to read what the Preamble to the Constitution says. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. So I want you to think of the preamble almost as a thesis statement to an essay that you write. That's basically what the purpose of it was. These are the founding fathers, also known as the framers of the U.S. Constitution. Their names are listed below. We have George Washington, who was the president at the time of the writing of the Constitution and the signing, John Adams, Thomas Jefferson, James Madison, Benjamin Franklin, Alexander Hamilton, and John Jay. Now, the persons listed in red were all U.S. presidents, and they are listed in the order of their presidency. So George Washington was the first, John Adams second president, Thomas Jefferson third, and James Madison was the fourth president of the United States. These are the three branches of government. I will go over them in more detail, but just a quick overview. The three branches are legislative, which makes laws, executive, which carries out the laws, and judicial, which interprets the law. So let's take a look at them one at a time. The legislative branch. The legislative branch of the federal government is composed of members of two houses of Congress. The House of Representatives, which has 435 members, and the Senate, which has 100 members. Both houses of Congress are elected by the citizens of the United States. And the picture that you see is of the Capitol building, which is where both of these houses meet. The Florida senators are Rick Scott, who was formerly the governor of Florida, and Marco Rubio. The next branch of government is the executive branch. The executive branch enforces laws. It includes the president, vice president, the cabinet, executive departments, independent agencies, and other boards, commissions, and committees. And as you can see, this is a picture of the White House in Washington, D.C., which is where the president lives and works out of. Our president is Donald J. Trump, and our vice president is Mike Pence. And the final branch of government is the judicial branch. The judicial branch interprets the meaning of laws, applies laws to individual cases, and decides if laws violate the Constitution. It is comprised of the Supreme Court and other federal courts. The Supreme Court is the highest court in the United States. The justices of the Supreme Court are nominated by the President and approved by Congress. Did you know that there have been as few as 6 and as many as 9 justices at one time? A federal Supreme Court judge can only be removed from their position by retirement, death, or by impeachment. So this is a lifetime appointment in the Supreme Court. And the building you're seeing is the Supreme Court in Washington, D.C.
Hey, do you know know about the USA? Do you know about the government? Can you tell me about the Constitution? Hey, learn about the USA. In 1787, I'm told our founding fathers did agree to write a list of principles for keeping people free. The USA was just starting out, a whole brand new country, and so our people spelled it out, the things that we should be. And they put those principles down on paper and called it the Constitution. And it's been helping us run our country ever since then. The first part of the Constitution is called the Preamble and tells what those founding fathers set out to do. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. In 1787, I'm told our founding fathers all sat down and wrote a list of principles that's known the world around. The USA was just starting out, a whole brand new country, and so our people spelled it out. They wanted a land of liberty, and the preamble goes like this. We the people, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America, for the United States of America.
Now I'd like you to share 3 things that you learned about the U.S. Constitution from this lesson and the video with your family or friends. Now that you've learned a little bit about the U.S. Constitution, your assignment is as follows. You're going to select a founding father you would like to learn a little bit more about. I have listed the names right up here, starting with John Adams and ending with George Washington. You're going to research 5 interesting facts you learned about the person and write it in the forms document posted on our channel called Founding Fathers. Remember to put it in your own words. If you copy it directly from the site, the text, it is plagiarizing. You never want to do that. So have fun doing that, and I will see you next week. Bye.